Welcome, trade spooners, to tonight's pick. We are going to go on March 26th to that Magic Kingdom. We're going to be looking at long Walt Disney Company, ticker symbol DIS, taking a look at our proprietary risk-reward rating from Tradespoon. We're coming in at the lower end of the scale at 3. And we're looking at our value momentum at 8, so it's on the upper end of that scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most favorable expected risk and return outlook. As always, you can take a look at our proprietary Tradespoon analysis report that drills down in depth about the technical and fundamental components that we looked at to come up with tonight's pick. Taking a look at the Disney price action and option information, we have the closing price on the 25th at $79.55. It's right off of that 52-week high of $83.65 and above that 52-week low of $55.99. We do have the IV percentile on the move. It's at 34%, still south of that 50-60% level that we look at to see if there's a heightened expectation of potential movement. But implied volatility for Disney is 34% higher than its 52-week lows in implied volatility, so we're going to keep an eye on that. The return on capital for the spread strategy is 68%. Our probability of success is 60% for that particular spread strategy, and the estimated move is being calculated at this date at $2.10, and the expiration of the options that we're going to look at are on April 19th. Taking a look at the picks, we're going to start with the stock trade. We're going to buy stock Disney, DIS. We're going to put a limit price of $79.55 or better. When we are filled, we are going to be putting a limit order to sell the close above our entry price. Specifically, we're going to put it $8.20 above our entry price, so that will roughly get us out at around $87.70, and we're going to work that good till cancel. We're also going to put a sell stop limit below our entry price. Specifically, we're going to put it $8.20 below that entry price, which will get us out right around that $81.30 level, which means that we will have that sell stop limit working at $81.30 good till cancel. And again, use prudent size management. We suggest 3 to 5% of either the cash available or percentage buying power available. Now, taking a look at the options trade, we're looking at buying the $77 calls that expire in April. We're going to put a limit price in at $2.96 or better. Now, our target gain is going to be roughly almost $3 higher, so we're going to have a limit price in there of roughly around $6. Now, you could put it in between $5.90 and $6 as your target price. We're going to have that sell to close limit order in there in that range, good until cancel. Now, we will be willing to risk that $2.96, so use very prudent risk and capital management. In other words, for this single leg option trade, no more than 2.5 to 10% tops for you smaller account holders. The option spread trade, we're actually looking at what's called a bull call spread. And again, we do have videos on this. Look up in our training section up on the top of the page on the right-hand side. We actually have a great video on that. We're looking to buy the $77.50 calls that expire in April. We're going to pay $2.96. Now, to offset that purchase price, we're going to sell the April $80 calls and receive $1.48. Those calls are $2.50 higher than the calls that we're purchasing, which means that our net risk in this particular strategy is $1.48. Our target profit is going to be $1.02 higher than our entry price. So roughly we are going to be taking profits at around $2.50, which would be the max value of this spread. Now, if you want to put a sell limit in at $2.20, $2.30, $2.40, or $2.50, that is your prerogative. But you can take profits somewhere around those levels, and you'll work that good until cancel. As always, you can use our proprietary virtual trade if you're new to these strategies or new to Tradespoon picks and you just want to get your feet wet. Taking a look at the stock background and analysis, you can see that the stock has been on a nice uptrend so far this year. It has been consolidating up in this range around 78 to 81, so we're going to keep an eye on that. But we feel that the ratings and everything that we put together has that value momentum in a positive level. You see in the key stock events, there is no earnings actually in May, on May 6th. Now, that still could impact. All right, folks. Well, that's it for today's long Walt Disney. Take care and have a great night.